Hey guys, GMX here. In today's video, I'll be showing you how to move a return vent and replace the drywall. So in this corner, we're going to be removing this and moving it down just the identical height that it is right now. Main reason for that is in this corner, I want to put this block up, and as you can see now, it's going to interfere with that, so I have to move it down the exact same height so that it's down here instead. So that way that block can fit in there and the trim can fit nice and flush with that and not be obstructing this vent. To move the return vent down, I simply cut out a space identical to the size of the return vent already right below where the existing return vent is. To do this, I used a box cutter and cut the exact shape, as well as used a straight edge to make sure that it lined up perfectly. Next, I attempted to remove the drywall in one large piece. Unfortunately, this did not work, so I used my crowbar and eventually got the whole section out, and then I needed to remove the metal casting around it. Since return vents do not have any ductwork with them, they're easily moved. This does not affect your HVAC system at all, as long as you maintain the ability for air to get back to the HVAC. Moving this down like this and blocking off the top is exactly what we need to do. The metal casing was essentially just some tin, so what I used is some tin snips to make sure that I cut it quickly and efficiently, and then use my pry bar to pry it off where it is nailed into the wood. Next, I needed to add support for the new piece of drywall to go up where the old return vent was located. To do this, I used 2x4s, cut them to length between my studs, and screwed them in with pocket holes. In the previously measured return vent size, I cut new pieces of drywall with my box knife. I first measured out the height and then the length, and then I used my box cutter to trace out the drawing, and then I cut away the short part completely through the drywall, and then bend it back on itself and use my box cutter to get a nice, clean line.
When mounting my new piece of drywall, I kind of forgot that the pieces of 2x4 that I put in previously had their anchoring screws exactly where I was trying to place my first screw. But eventually I got all my screws in there and the piece of drywall supported. Next, I use a combination of high fibered drywall patch in combination with some mudding compound to make sure I got a nice and even surface. It's very important to make sure you have a nice even surface so that your finished product looks nice and clean. Remember, if you do more than one coat, make sure to sand and then completely take off all the dust from your previous sanding before applying your next coat. Next, apply your primer and then your top coat, and you are set to go. Lastly, I used 2 drywall anchors and secured the vent, and our project is complete. As you can see here now, that block I had in the previous corner will fit up in that right-hand corner. And now you guys know how to move a return vent as well as replace the drywall. If you guys have any questions about this process, go ahead and leave it down in the comments below, as well as follow me on my other social medias. That'll be linked down in the description below. Thank you guys for watching, and have yourselves a good one. Bye.